the proper ink laydown, and this depends on the proper supply of water and the ingredients what we are putting into the water. So you mentioned, you remember, it is a permanent oscillating process, and it depends whether you are a lousy printer or a good printer. And this is how offset printing works. The ink and water, there is a gradation, then it goes into saturation, water will be released, it evaporates, it goes back to, is it titration? Titration, emulsification, saturation. This is a permanent chemical process running between two cylinders and the ink and the paper at 18,000 sheets per hour or 15,000 sheets per hour. Can you imagine how difficult it is to control this? But we have to control it, otherwise you don't get consistent output quality. Okay, I think that was this part, Rajendra. What else do we have on our list? Are there some questions for my subjects? Consistency, material, paper size, color separation, undercolor removal, gray component reduction, ISO certification, LAB, dot gate.
See, my book here in this case, this is the spine where I am going to glue it or sew it, whatever it is. So this is my spine. So whether the grain direction of my book should be parallel to that or perpendicular to that. Always it should be parallel. If you don't go for if the grain direction of the book is not parallel to the spine, it is impossible to make a proper binding. The paper will come out immediately. Number one. Number two, if you don't use that way, you open the text, it stands like this. It will not open properly. You will not get a flat opening. But at the same time, the cover page of the book, you need to have in the other way. Both covers should be, the grain direction should be perpendicular. Otherwise, your cover page will be just fall down. It falls down. We don't want it. So all the cover page should be that way, but the inner pages should be like this. So this understanding is very important. And me as a printer, if you ask me, when I feed paper for printing, I always prefer my paper grain direction parallel to dash. What? When I feed my paper grain should be parallel to the cylinder. So if my cylinder direction is like this, look at here. This is my plate cylinder. So when I feed my paper, I want to feed a paper where my grain direction is parallel to the cylinder. Can anyone tell me why I want like this? Yes. I will tell you. Why I prefer to do this? Reason is simple. First of all, my expansion will happen more along this side, 1:4. I told you. This direction it is very less. My machine size is very limited. If the paper is expanding much more, it's very difficult for me to control. Impossible for me to control. But my paper is expanding in this direction. I can make an adjustment in my packing. I can adjust my cylinders. I have an option in the circumferential direction. But along the cylinder, it is very difficult to control. So 99% of the cases, a printer prefers to print something